we'll go over the things that happened. So last time you all arrived or already were at the war camp of the Resistance. You did some shenanigans at camp. You eventually got your first mission. That mission is purely diplomatic. There's probably no conflict whatsoever. You are to go to the Green Sanctuary, which is the home of some elves who are more or less the masters of the forest. And their animals have been attacking the caravans that supply the camp with supplies. On the way there, you got ambushed by two nasty pit monsters, I should say, because no one can remember their name. You encountered a little blue boy who gave the position of the camp to them. Was it Charlie or was it?
Oh, it was me.
Oh, it was Hannah.
Echo.
Okay, it was
Yep.
Echo. Yes, Echo gave the location of the camp to the little blue boy, and Smokey also bought a coin. And I know someone bought a ring.
Me. Also
Oh
me.
yeah,
I
you
am
got the ring.
pain.
Very good,
The squirrel ring.
You decided not to go into the cave. You pressed on, and now that I think it's about 9 p.m., you arrived at the lumberyard. The lumberyard was used near the forest in communication with the elves, and they had some trading going on there. Here we are. You arrived at the lumberyard. The lumberyard, you can clearly see, is been ransacked. You see some small houses, which is this map. And then you see two large houses, one on a hill to the left and one on a hill to the right. These are not on this map. And you arrived here, and now the ball is in your hands.
Looking over to my right at the people who's sitting there, what do they look like? What do I see?
You see three humans in armor or robes that are not really native to this area. And it looks like the knight is waving at you.
Laren is gonna he like grunts a little to get everyone else's attention away from the chickens. And then he like head nods over to the people who's sitting over here and starts taking a few cautionary steps forward. And stops.
All right.
I've got the wrong browser up. That's why I'm lagging.
There is no right browser. No matter with which I opened it, it always said this is not the right one.
It works on Mozilla for me. Everything else is just lagging.
Okay.
If you remember my first time I played with you, you couldn't even hear me because I was lagging so hard. But yeah, back to me. Echo will stay in the back, kind of like put his cape on top and just blend with the environment a bit.
Okay, roll me stealth if you want to do that. You do things, you roll things.
Yeah. I just cannot find stuff. That's why.
Very bottom. You are kind of stealthy.
Yeah, I don't want to be like completely invisible. I just want to like.
You are definitely not invisible.
Yes, but I am not very visible. Also, that was the key word. I am.
With a stealth of a 12, I don't know if you're hidden at all. Actually, at this point of level 6 plus.
Let me do it like this. Roleplay. I will just position myself that someone's big ass will cover me because I am not that tall. So I will just stay in the back.
All right, you stay behind the paladin. Okay, we will let that slide.
Very excited life.
Okay. As you approach the campfire, the knight indeed he waves you over, and then you see a person who's been sitting with the back to you turn around and asks you, "You wouldn't be Team 34 by chance?"
There's a possibility. Who are you?
Well, how many people do you think out here know about teams?
You didn't answer my question.
Well, we are Team 34, chimes in the major from the far side.
You are team 34.
Yes, indeed.
Inside check.
Okay, roll it.
Ooh.
Seems true.
Larian turns over to the others. It's like, but we're team 34.
We did check the board, right?
Yes, we are Team 34. At this point, Spirit steps forward. I believe you are mistaken. We are Team 34. Perhaps you are 35?
Did I tell that the wrong way around?
Yes.
Okay, they are 35, you are 34. Yeah, sorry.
Okay.
I fumbled a number, sorry.
We are the funny number.
Yeah,
You
you are
almost
the
gave
rule
us-
34. They are indeed Team 34.
You almost scared us. You almost. What
35.
the fuck
God
is
damn
this?
it. Yeah.
I was
no.
ready for the offense.
Yeah, attack them, go.
Aren't you supposed to be more people?
They look around. No, we always work as a trio. Always have, always will.
A
It
trio,
seems
eh?
we have been given the same mission as stated on our pamphlet.
They indeed show you the mage has the same pamphlet, and then lets the head hang down. Is like, yeah, I'm very much aware of it.
So, you guys want to do a bit of a collaborative effort on this here mission, or do you want to make it a friendly competition?
Everyone starts looking towards the mage. She has her head still hanging down and says, there's a problem.
Oh?
There's, I think, spirits or ghosts or something like that. I don't do well with those.
I am Spirit. What is the problem with me?
She looks up, almost shocked, is like, no, not a spirit like you. You're a Warforged, aren't you?
It would be correct.
Would be good. She points at the large house on the left hill. She says, we keep hearing things from over there. But we decided to wait till the morning.
Have you seen anything, or is this just straight up noise that you've been hearing?
At this point, the knight once again bumps in. It's like, well, she says she hears some spooky noises. At which point the samurai, let's just give them the names, otherwise I'll just fumble over things. The samurai chimes in, ooh, scary. The mage, again, dejectedly sighs and drops her head even lower.
Playfully gesture towards the chickens. It's not the chickens, right? Because they're, you know.
No, but the chickens seem upset. They shouldn't be out here, should they?
You make a good point.
Perhaps we should ask them what is going on.
Yeah, can I make an inside check on the chicken?
God.
Yeah, I think it's first animal handling, and I don't think you need insight. It's not like they're lying.
And what if I
While
use speak with animals?
One at a
everyone is
time.
distracted. Everyone is distracted. I will just sneakily go to the. I was about to say kitchen.
They all stare at you.
Not too
What are
close.
you
Not
plotting?
too close. Not too
Okay,
close. I will
not
just.
too close.
I will just like how do you say it? Squat down.
Okay.
Eye contact with the chickens, and I will
Okay.
try to. I will try to see what's wrong with them. If they are indeed scared, or like if they are like just behaving abnormally. Now watch me roll like 0.
Zero. 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 Zero.
Zero.
Zero. Zero. Zero. Zero.
The chicken walk around a little bit and go gawk.
By
What
the
did you
way-
expect?
I'll comprehend chicken, okay?
Comprehend chicken.
By the way,
Hmm?
can I cast my divine sense?
What the fuck?
You can cast whatever you
I
want.
call the gods.
Presence of a strong.
Ooh.
Steel or 60 feet is not very far. I'll just tell you that. That is 20
No, it's
meters.
only. It's for a particular trio over here, to be specific.
Okay, you want to cast it?
Yeah, just to
Alright.
make sure.
You sense nothing, I'm afraid. However, you can even from your position sense that the forest gives off a sort of radiant wave. But anything beyond that you can't tell from your far position.
Okay. Dorgan will make a mental note, but like he will not mention it to the other.
But within your vicinity, there's no undead, fiend, or what was the last one? Celestial. Yeah. Yes, she did.
by- By just listening, do I maybe hear voices or
Perception, I guess.
no?
You realize that there's people around you.
Yeah.
Like who? Where'd you come from?
What's gotten you startled?
I'm curious, do I hear anything? Because I'm further away from everyone.
Perception?
Oh, seriously? I rolled a 2.
Oh, yeah, but that one doesn't matter. You strain your ears. Don't hear anything right now, but you feel. Actually, let's say you do hear some scratching from the north. But it is quite the distance, and you cannot detect if it's the left or the right house.
Like from here? Where I'm thinking?
No, it's off map. This is only the small area before the big houses.
Scratching as in like
Something over wood.
something? Okay. I will still be squatting with my chickens.
Chickens are not your friends.
But I am theirs.
Zale will write on a piece of paper, shall we go investigate the house, and shows it to Spirit.
As you write that, you see the samurai talk to the knight and say, "This could be a good situation. We could just have them wait here with her, and we'll go to the left house." Which the knight says, I mean, if they want to.
Can I insight while we were talking? Can I insight the mage to see if she's genuinely worried or if it's an act of being scared, so they can like distract us while they go and do the mission? Never mind.
She seems scared.
Okay.
You and your rolls today, hmm?
And the samurai
Uh,
turns around and asks, "Can you wait with her for a moment? We'll just go over to the house, check if everything's fine. And then I guess we can go to the forest together." To which the mage once again replies, "Can't we wait till tomorrow?"
Some of us can tag along if you want. Or all of us.
Nah, we'll be fine. We always work together like that. You just get in the way.
Fair enough. Not gonna complain about that.
We will babysit your mage.
Plunk my booty by the fire.
Both the knight and the samurai, they introduce themselves to you as, and I can read their character art now. Plus points if you know from where the character art. We'll start with this one.
Taking a wild guess, it's a JRPG.
No, it's not.
Oh my god, where is this from? Oh,
Kinda looks like Yoshimitsu, but also not.
I have no idea.
And then the paladin introduces himself. Alexei.
This was Live.
It's Final Fantasy level.
That's a JRPG.
I thought it
I
sounded
guess, yeah,
good.
you're right. And then at the last moment, a timid white mage raises her head. My name is Lily.
Now, had you put the white mage first, then I would have gotten it was some Final Fantasy, but
Yeah.
No, it's just unrelated names. The only pun is, I think, Sam the Samurai. I mean, I like
Yeah.
that idea.
Such a
that's
samurai
so
name.
bad.
I know, but it is what it is. At which point they start to walk off. We won't need that long. Should only be like a few minutes. We'll be back in a bit. And they
Don't
go.
go dying now.
They go to
Wait,
the left house.
Which one? This one?
Huh?
This one?
No, once
one-
again, this is only the map before the houses. This is just like the previous sector. It's like the area before it goes down to the houses.
So
This
if
is
I
its-
want to follow them, I would go outside of this map, right?
Yes.
Well, I would do just that. I would like to follow them.
You
Very.
follow them, okay.
Yep, I follow them. Can I roll for stealth again, please?
Yeah, because a 12 will not do, and I'll roll against you.
Can
Oh, did it.
Dorgan do a perception check if he sees Echo leaving with the other group?
You can do
No.
a perception as well,
Let me be. I just want to look. I don't
and you're seen.
want.
I'm sorry.
Swear to
You
God.
hear wild stabbing in the distance, but don't worry. Spectating.
I will roll twice against it. They would not notice you.
Okay. I will try to follow them quickly. I guess I am unaware that a man behind me is looking at me.
Morgan, what are you doing with this information?
I'll just like look at Echo leaving and it's like, wait, isn't she of our group? And then I'm like,
Do I also see this with my passive perception of 19?
With a passive
my
of 19? Yeah. Yeah, some of your insects, they rattle inside, and then you have this strong urge to look over to where Echo
I
is
swear
now
to God,
hiding
I hate
away.
you guys. I can't do anything. Oh, my senses
mean,
are tingling. Echo is doing something.
A passive perception of 19 must be honored.
Indeed.
So what are you doing with that information? Do you let her go? Do you yell at her?
I'm
Well,
still
when
a
I see that Dorgind also notices her.
Roll me another perception check.
Oh my God.
Sure.
Yeah, just roll another.
I-
You see that Dorkin looked at Echo, and you see that
Oh
Echo
my
is
God.
sneaking away.
That wasn't meant to be like a perception thing, but sure. I think she will be fine.
Dorgan just sticks his thumb up. Yeah, she'll be fine.
Otherwise, we'll
boy.
collect her later.
Ah, Can you stop misgendering me, guys? I'm a boy. I'm not.
I mean,
It's the character art!
okay.
Conversation. I will. Okay, because they didn't do anything. I want to follow them at a distance. I do not want to intercept them in any way. I just want to see exactly, kind of like look at the. So if they go inside the house, I
Mhm.
want to kind of stay at a distance and listen to what is in the house. But
You
don't
you
mind.
indeed follow them up the path for a few minutes, and then you indeed see them come to a large house. You see them talk to each other, but you're too far to understand what they're saying. At which point Sam is just walking around the outer side of the house, checking if there's a door, if it's open. he tries it. It's locked. He looks at the window and then he manages to push it up and he waves over Alexei and then you see them both hop into the window.
Lovely. I would like to get closer, but not close enough to be like.
Roll me
facing the
stealth.
window.
You can't just say I'm not close enough.
No, I just say I. Yeah, sure.
You're
What?
fine. You're fine. You sneak closer and you look in, and what you see is a empty room. It's a large living room, and some doors that lead into the other rooms. And you hear some noises of searching, rumbling, and stuff like that.
I'll kind of crouch down and stay there. I won't do anything. I want to. I don't know. I want to hear if there is anything weird in the house because the woman said there are ghosts and they just went in. So I'm kind of like expecting for someone to die. So I'm just, enjoying.
Okay. Nothing happens for quite some time, and they just jump from room to room and continue searching.
I guess I will just wait. So I guess we can go back to everyone else while I wait.
Okay. Looks like Echo is not participating in today's session.
Yes, exactly. I will just stay here for a bit more.
As all of this is happening, Laren will start a ritual, and within 10 minutes, I would have a familiar because of my Pact of the Chain.
Okay.
And I would like to summon a imp.
Imp. All right. Let me pull your imp up.
Nice.
What is this? Foul magic.
Is this the standard imp or is this a differentiation?
It's just a standard imp.
Alright, a standard imp has appeared, and because you probably are going to do this more than once, I'll give you control and put them.
Yes, I need all its stats, and I need control of the character.
By the way, does Dorgans see Laren summon that one?
Yes, it is a ritual and it takes 10 minutes.
So I'm guessing that sitting in front of the campfire, he's just like concentrating and is silent, and within the 10 minutes you just see this imp crawl up from the campfire out of the embers. Just comes out, and then the imp scurries into on top of Laren's shoulder.
What does the white mage say to this?
The white mage is mostly unaware of the situation, and just as the imp comes out, she asks you guys, do you want some tea? And then she takes a rather large pot and puts it on the campfire, and you just see that imp barely escape the pot and then just climb over to Laren, and it's like, at which point Lily is like, whoa, where did that come from?
This is
oh god, it has a name.
No, it doesn't. I have a contract with this imp, so it's under my control for the time being.
She looks over and says, well, that thing has at least a physical form. That's fine.
And then it turns invisible.
Oh god, can it? Oh yeah, it has invisibility. It's like then you just see her like shudder, like ugh.
You're really not on terms with ghosts, are you? I'll pour myself some tea.
She pours you some tea indeed. If you had insanity, you could now remove it because it's calming tea. You can also restore 1d4 in HP if you don't have max HP if you're drinking. She looks at you and says, it's a long story. Too long for a campfire rest.
Yeah, they'll probably be back soon. Still though.
They would enjoy tea as well.
She also pours you a cup of tea, and you may also heal 1d4.
Yeah, Zari would also try to go for the tea.
So
Also
will
pours you,
Laren.
and also gives one to Laren. Everyone gets tea.
But while they are doing their tea
Everyone apart from
thing
me.
and summoning, can Dorgan just like check the houses to see if there's anyone?
You're in
there?
free motion. You can move where the fuck you want. If you stand next to a door icon, you will have to, however, ask me if you can open it.
Can I open this?
Uh,
Oh, I believe this is a
one.
door.
Yeah, you can. Go close to it. And tick. Should be
Wait.
open now. Hold on. Oh, come. Don't be like that game.
While Echo, while you are trying to open the doors, Echo will join.
Ooh. There we go.
I think my headset just died while I was talking. Echo would like to come back since nothing, I presume, happened there for a
Who
while.
comes back, yeah?
Can I see anything of note in this house?
Here.
Not well based,
Roll
but like.
me a perception check. It's a fairly easy one.
Hello.
Echo is also here, apparently.
Yes, I just
there.
shoot for the home. I'm just looking though.
You are in a room. You see a lot of destroyed furniture with a lot of scratch marks around the place.
Okay, I don't need some form of light to see that, or to see anything else.
There's technically a.
Okay, I'll just put up a torch. I'll just use one torch and I'll ignite it.
Yeah, sure. I'll give you vision. Sorry, I
Also have a
because I always have full vision, so it's a little bit difficult for me. Right, there you go.
Okay,
Indeed,
so
scratch marks, furniture thrown across the room. As you look around, you don't find anything in this house.
all right. Wait, there's no second room here.
No.
Then Dorgan will like, note the scratch marks and like move. We'll bump into Echo. Oh, hi there. Sorry, didn't see you.
Yeah. And I will just move to the side. Please, after you, ladies first.
And Echo sees the exact same things. She sees large scratch marks all over the area, and furniture thrown across the room.
Can I determine, or can I roll something to understand if the scratches would be done by a beast, like an animal beast, or like a beast that does not belong maybe to this, like, I don't know, like a wolf or maybe something else?
Nature or survival? Never
Nature
goes.
or survival.
Technically, no, both count.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, I
like
have
it's in the nature, but like reading
Yeah,
trends
like-
is also survival, in my opinion.
Yes, no.
You
I
think
have
that
-1.
maybe Dogrin made these scratches?
I will run behind. Did you scratch the room? Are you just like?
Dog will look around like. No, I don't think I've been this drunk just yet.
I see.
Anyway, let's proceed to the next room, I guess.
Sure.
As
sure,
Dorgid will give Echo a questioning look.
I mean, you confused me for a woman. What do you want? This is payback.
Yeah.
I mean, I would like to say you continue to confuse me for a woman. I have no breast now.
So what's your plan?
Dorgid will like go over to this house and try to open this door.
To
I'll
try
follow.
to open it, it once again opens, and you see the same thing happen here. You see a room full of the same scratch marks and the same furniture thrown across the room.
But no blood, right?
No blood, no.
Is
All
this
right.
like a new type of decoration that is very in this place? Because this looks weird.
Yes. Can I identify myself, the scratch?
Try as well.
Okay. Fall. Come on.
Seems to be a large animal, but you can't put the finger on it.
Great. It was a large paladin. That's what Echo thinks.
Large animal. Dorgan says out loud.
Echo just looks at you like, yeah.
No, it's not me.
Are there valuables around the house? Like, what I'm trying to check is, was the house ransacked, or was it just like there was a altercation? I don't know.
You look through the room. It seems to be wood thrown across it, some furniture, some beds are torn to shreds. Cloth from the bed is on the floor. There's a desk. There's some broken utensils and pieces on it, but nothing really that catches your eye in this room.
Is there another room? No. Wait, there's a door here. Okay.
There is another room, yes.
Well.
Oh, there is another room, right? I am absolutely blind.
Since Dorgan can't make anything out of the animal scratch mark, he will go to the. He will try to open the next door.
This one is locked. It doesn't seem necessarily very sturdy.
Great. I'm sure that if you just punch it really hard, it's going to open.
Seeing as this house looks abandoned, Dorgan will, well, I guess, pull a bit more firmly on the handle.
Right, roll me a strength check.
That's a save.
Oh, oops.
He's cheating. He wants that modifier.
Yeah,
it's locked.
Since it doesn't open, can Dorgan bash on it, like with his whole body, like how FBI would do it, so to say?
Okay, roll me athletics with advantage.
I am enjoying the view.
The door immediately cracks and just falls out of the hinges.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Man.
Oh, it seems this door just fell.
Are you good there, man?
Do we hear this at the campfire?
You definitely hear the bang. and Lily is once again startled.
Are you guys usually as violent as this? We heard that from over here. I'm looking at Lily right now.
I thought Sam and Alexei were at the other house, not this one. Seems some of your people are missing though.
It seems our friends are up to something.
I'm gonna mentally command my imp to go. So the imp, still invisible, comes over to check on what's happening.
Oh man, if that imp was not invisible, I would have sliced it so bad.
It's true, she doesn't know it.
Yeah, and then you hear Larin's voice out of thin air. What the fuck is going on?
Dorgan just says a bit sorry, it seems this door fell down after I leaned on it.
I'm very confused because I don't know what is happening. Do I see
No.
Anyway, Dorgan will look into the room, and does he see anything?
He sees a chest.
Oh, a chest here. He will look at the room here, and he will look like, oh, it seems I cannot take this one. Dorgan will just move away.
Wait, you not
open it.
Okay, you will not open the chest. Interesting. Okay.
So confused right now.
Goddamn paladins. Very confusing.
I physically cannot open the chest. Well, it would go against my thing.
Oh, I like it.
I am opening the chest.
Roll me a 1d3.
Darwin will pretend he didn't see that.
You cannot see me. If you cannot see me.
Yeah. You can roll me one rare.
Oh.
Nice.
Oh. Wait. Now, where? How?
Coffee beans.
Rare.
Bags of coffee beans. Goggles of night.
That's nice.
They're good.
But I already have night vision.
There are some people who doesn't have night vision.
But I forget about your problem.
Oh my god.
Team player.
I will add them to your inventory. The rest is your own problem.
Thank you. I will.
They extend your range more, I think.
Darwin will just like look over. Oh, was there anything in that room?
No.
Okay, yeah.
The
Let's just
imp
move on
saw
then.
you. I can say that much.
Of course, he was right behind me. Goddamn bastard.
Whilst all this is going on, the spirit tries to console the white mage from all the weird noises with a butterfly.
Let's see, what did I get? While wearing this, you have dark vision out of range to 60 feet. Okay.
It doubles if you already have dark vision.
Oh. Actually.
So you either double yours or give it to someone who doesn't have it. Or you do whatever the fuck you want with it.
I will definitely wear them because they're fashion.
You wear them yourself? Okay. I will double your... And you guys can continue while I do. You console her.
I'm like Clark Kent. No one will recognize me. Sorry, go
on. Darwin will check as last into the stables. I think these are.
First, we gonna jump to Spirit now. Spirit, you already started something.
Yes. When Spirit sees the white mage kind of startled by the door, he moves over here and he brings a butterfly from his vessie and lets it sit on his finger and brings it closer.
She looks fascinated by the butterfly. She does not care that much about the other insects that are crawling around, but she looks at the butterfly and says, "That's quite nice. Where did you get that?"
It lives with me.
She seems to understand it. She says, "That's sort of wholesome to have a living being inside a warforged, I think."
We are many.
Or many life forces, yes.
And he brings in a ladybug as well.
He looks impressed by all your bug collections.
And then he also shows that the bugs are like drinking from the tea.
She looks modified and says you can keep the cup.
Oh no.
I have no need for the cup.
She says, "I don't need it back. Don't worry about it."
I can wash it if you'd like.
There's not enough hellfire to clean it.
They are not filthy.
Yeah, they're not so bad when she gets used to them.
Yeah, I'm not sure I need to get used to them, she says. Yeah.
Perhaps so.
She once again looks around and she eventually starts to wonder where her friends are. And indeed, nothing really happens for a while. At which point, we're gonna jump over to Dokrin one last time. What are you guys doing back now?
I was about to check the stables.
Stables? There
no
are
idea.
stables?
Wait, are these stable? I don't know. Because they look like the little room where you might put a horse. I don't know.
I mean, just walk in there. It's open.
Do I see anything of interest here? No, right?
I managed to fucking hide everything for myself. Everything's dark for Mina. How did I manage that? Oh, there we go. You just see just storage for wood. Trunks.
Wow.
Okay, then well, seeing as it's not a room, Dorgan will just like walk around the back, and he will just like go
He
back
does
to
that.
the room.
He does that. All right. As Echo and Dorgan return, you hear a scream. Let's see. Roll me perception.
All of us?
Everyone?
Yep.
I want to immediately look at Lily's reaction as well from the
That's
screen.
4.
My perception today?
4,
Okay.
5, yes, guys.
Okay,
It's really calming.
Let's go through from the bottom. Laren, you hear a scream. You can't pinpoint from where it came from. The same happens for Smokey. You hear a scream, and you see that Lily once again she kind of she bumps up, like, what would you call that when you're scared? Like you do like that shocking moment.
You're startled?
Startled. I like that word. Yeah. Fuck me, I'm German. Sorry, you can at least determine it comes from the north. Spirit, you already noticed it comes from the right-hand house. And Dogrind, you can tell the same. And Echo, you hear it is a male voice coming from the top right house of this map, not this map.
So where I was before sneaking.
No, that was the left house. That was the left house.
But it's in that map, that's what I meant.
Yeah. It's on another map.
Contact.
I'm sorry.
Well, Dorgan will hear screaming, and he will, well, I guess, pick up the arms. Say, we should go help them, wherever they are.
I agree with that.
Zari takes out her stuff and runs to the north.
All right. Seeing that all of you are in the motion to get up and check it out, Lily will also get up, saying something under her breath about an oath. And yeah, what's next to happen?
We should check that out.
Where do we run to?
If all of you decide to go, we will jump map.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
You may place yourself in the south. Not all the way in the south. Sorry. Don't place yourself in the south. Place yourself kinda in the middle. Because this is a
middle.
2-layer map. Yeah.
Oh, Dorgan just disappeared.
Tarragon
Oh.
was an illusion. All along.
Wait, Dorgan, I did the thing.
I see you. I got you. There you go. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you run through the night and up a little hill to the right-hand side, and you come across a large, almost mansion in the lumberyard. You hear some scratching and screaming from inside. Ball is again in your hand.
Oh hell no.
Spirit will use Mage Hand whilst readying the bow and open up the door using the Mage Hand.
And Laren is also going to say, don't go in. I can scout without any of us being potentially ambushed. And then he commands the imp to...
Here goes the imp that will die.
Okay, so, but do you open the door, Spirit?
Yes.
Right.
Enough for the imp to pass, probably.
Oh my god, my vision is colossal.
I see everything.
I see everything.
The imp is still invisible, by the way.
Yep. You see two creatures. One is on a table, throwing all kinds of silverware around, and the other one is banging against a door.
Okay. And the imp is just like quickly flying around to see if there's anything else to see. And then it returns, and Larian relays what he saw, that he saw two. What kind of like?
Wolf-like bipedal.
Oh, bipedals. Yeah, so he
Werewolf.
relays the information that there are two bipedal wolf-like or canine-like creatures. One on a table kinda to the right, and the second one is a to the left, banging on a door.
Is this whole house wooden?
Yes.
No, don't
You
shoot
wanna set
that.
it on fire?
No. I'm that's why I'm asking, because I'm over half my abilities are fire. I gotta play it cool here.
This is on a lumberyard. They built it themselves with the wood they had. Yes.
Ooh. Darkin will ask, were there any, well, non-hostiles in there?
No.
Probably dead if they were.
Um,
I have a question. Is this a window?
Yes.
Can I slip in the window?
It's
Or
locked.
is it's locked?
All right. Smokey rolled that. I will remember it.
What if I use my thieves' tools?
Then you roll me thief tools.
How do I roll thieves' tools?
You click on them.
Whatever.
On the
Should be
left
on the
side where
left.
proficiency is. Yeah.
Oh, right. Strength.
Now on the left.
I
At
am
the
trying to
bottom
use my
left.
brain cells. 1 second. Give me
Bottom left and
1 second.
proficiencies.
Yeah. I was just trying to figure out what was this.
You use some of your little tools, and with a small click, a lock opens.
I will like turn up towards my team and be like, maybe we can like use the stealthy approach. Though I'm not sure how stealthy all of you are, but you know. And I will hope in. Oh Jesus! Do I have to roll something?
No, you're in there.
seeing as, well, I guess there are only hostiles in, Darkin signals, like, with his hand, that, like, we should get them there while we have the initiative before they spot us.
You again hear that human scream.
Alright.
Alright, that's alright.
Spirit says to Dorkin, affirmative, and then he just walks
Okay.
up to the door, good enough that he can see, or will have a clear shot of this one.
Yeah, you see again the one on the table. He's just throwing things around, just like thrashing the place. He's not really that attentive, and the other one is just banging against the door still.
Larian. Oh yeah, Larian is just whispering that I have sent my imp with Echo. So we have
Is
some.
it still invisible?
Yes.
Oh my god.
Just hear like a scrape over your neck. Like,
Yeah, he just informs that I sent the imp with Echo. We have some form of communication if they are in a dead end.
At this point, Lily is just she pokes Dorgrin and is like, "We need to help them."
Darkin will, like, seeing as he probably knows where they are, he will bash open the door, and he will move in.
The door was already open.
Wait,
The
it was
door is
already
even
You
more
did mage
open now.
hand the door.
Yeah, but like we only opened it for the imp, right? It was not like fully open yet.
I guess you could say that. Okay, yeah, okay. As you step in, the first creature on the right definitely sees you now, and we're gonna take a quick moment, get the turn order out.
Oh man, I am going to sit this out and just enjoy.
You can do what you want.
I mean, I'm not there. I don't know what they're doing.
You will
Why?
eventually hear combat, though.
Why am
Can I loot the chest though before?
Roll me a 1d3.
I mean, it's here.
You're a little hoe.
I must say, ooh, loot.
Yes.
Did you roll another rare? Hey, roll another rare.
I
okay.
am the raccoon of this party. Oh my
I
god.
should have given you the raccoon hat.
Rush of shielding.
Oh, that's a good one.
Oh, I think I know who to give this.
Oh,
Okay.
This is gonna be awkward. I like bashed the door and now like lost it.
Okay, no more moving, no more moving. Give Echo the drop and then
Stumble a little
we'll
bit.
start. Can only do one thing at a time.
He's really winded after opening that door.
Like, oh god, jeez. That's a strong door right there.
Staring it apart. Holy shit! Give me 5 seconds. Hold on.
Yeah. As Dogrin kicks open the door with a loud bang, the creature from the table, as well as the one from the other side of the room, immediately starts looking at you and scream, "Meat!" And it is now. Hold. I need to add one more person. That is probably Laren's turn.
Nat 20.
All right, go for it. Wait,
Dark
Oh.
like
they have the same number. They both have a 21.
Who has the higher dex?
I have 20
Laren. Laren, you go first.
Oh,
Tape Sadie.
my turn. Oh, okay.
Okay.
I guess I
Wait.
heard the door, but I
Oh
didn't
wait,
hear
I went
fighting,
with
right?
the initiative bonus. What's your dexterity at?
My dexterity is 20.
Oh,
So
Laren?
he should go first.
yeah, okay.
Mine is 17.
Okay, sorry. Door's open.
Okay, great. Since I am at the backseat, I'm going to use my flying agility as a free action, so I double my movement speed.
All right, it's doubled.
And I'm going to whoosh super fast inside.
Hmm?
I'm going to jump on the table with it.
Okay,
My
let-
god.
put it aligned. There you go. Okay, you're both on the table. It's almost shocked how fast you were in there.
Hell yeah. And I'm going to spin my staff into her hands and whip it across its head.
Good, try.
And I miss.
Oh my god.
That does
So-
indeed miss.
So I hit again.
That
And that
hits.
hit.
Bunk.
Hell yeah.
Do I hear the bonk from the other room?
You definitely hear some wreckage already. Yeah.
Okay, can I enter? Or is the room in front of me locked?
You can only enter combat if you take an action or if you're seen. So right now you can't enter because you're not seen or don't take an action.
And I'm going to use my bonus action to kick it
All right,
between its
good.
legs.
Oof. Good with advantage. Like it. It hits.
Hell yeah. That's the end of my turn.
Echo, the door is locked.
The door locked! Fine. While everyone else is fighting for their lives, let me just,
Okay, do me a thief's tool. It opens. For you?
I will sneak. Not stealth, of course. I will just sneak to see. Oh,
You can look out of the door, and that's
oh
fine.
hi. Oh, hi.
And now you enter combat. Now you roll.
Oh,
You're
hi,
seen.
everyone. I am seen.
Yep. Have a bitch. All right. Laren.
Yes, I am. So, 10, 15. Is the door completely blocked or?
You
I get
can
through?
get between the two, yes.
Okay, so 15, 20, 25. Sure, 30, and then I'm gonna Yeah, I'm just gonna Eldritch Blast Pew Pew the one that Sari is fighting.
Alright, roll it. It hits. That doesn't hit.
Oof.
Do you have any modifier on that?
Oh yeah, the +5, so it's 8. Let me just
Wait, are they dead?
+5. So yeah, it is 8 damage.
That.
And as a wait, let me check something. 5, 15, 20, 25, 30. Oh yeah, as a bonus action, I'm gonna command my imp to attack.
It is dead.
Oh.
Yeah.
Loaded it onto me.
No, I think if
Yeah.
anything, it would fall in that direction. Like from the blast, not on top.
So I'm just gonna command my imp to move into battle when it's its turn.
Do so. That would be it?
Yep.
Smokey, one of them was felt rather easy. What will you do?
Let's see. Just to get a bit of vision. Okay. As far as here, out the way. I'm gonna frost bite him.
Yep.
Because everything
Alright.
else in my kit is fire or chaos, so we're
You
gonna
can
go with
use
this one.
fire.
Yeah,
I was
sure.
saying
No,
to
I'm
you.
good.
I support.
Do that. So he has disadvantage in his next attack, and I'm gonna flick my coin as a bonus action.
You
So-
already did flip your coin.
Oh, can I not? I thought it was for like one roll, so.
Yeah, it's the
Okay.
first one, isn't it? Or did you already do a check after the time you throw it?
No, this is my first check for it.
Yeah, so... Yeah, not only do you miss, you seem to fumble the entire thing.
Oh.
And I would like a 1d100
Let's
from
see.
you.
Alright.
Drum roll. What will we explode today? Oh,
50.
perfectly.
I did get
You
lucky
are-
on my coin if that's the effect that it gives.
We'll go over it after this combat, because I can tell you now that you used it. You're unable to
Okay.
perform martial components to cast spell until the end of your next turn.
Material.
That
Okay.
seems material. That seems to be non-German for you. So you just like the magic is cast, but something just bends and then it just goes wild and hits the wall instead.
Ah, there's ghosts! And I will end my turn.
And as you say, ghosts, Lily is like, wait, where's ghosts?
Over here! And I will point
Nowhere,
towards the
Lily, calm down.
this thing.
One. She comes in and she looks around. Why is there blood everywhere?
Are you decorating?
She just checks the area and is like, and healer, she. Imp, it is your turn.
Oh no.
Yeah, the imp flies. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40.
As it flies by Echo's head, Echo is just startled once again by something flattering that she can't see
My God.
past her head. And
And
same
that's it.
with Lily.
Yeah, that's its turn.
What? Echo.
Because
All right.
like I mean, I have 35 movement, which is if I fly over everything, I can get to it. But if I like,
no,
yeah.
you cannot fly over people at least.
Now the problem is I don't have anything ranged.
And use the snapshot thing like this. You have 35. Nah, it's not gonna.
Yeah, no, it still doesn't work. I guess.
Man, aren't you happy that Lily moved there?
Yeah. And the imp that I'm not fucking sick because.
You don't have a short bow as a rogue? That's
no,
intriguing.
I don't.
You can throw a dagger.
I have a short sword, which is okay.
I allow you to throw a dagger, but it will be gone till the end of the combat then. It's not like you just magically get it back in your hand.
It's my +1 dagger though.
Tough. You can make the decision what you want to do.
I swear if I lose it, I'm going to fucking beat someone. Okay, how do I throw my dagger? What, do I just press it normally?
It's
just a normal attack.
Okay, throw my dagger. And
misses, and it's now laying at its feet.
I just like stung in front of him.
You need to practice your throwing.
It was a warning shot.
As the dagger passes past Lily's head and the invisible imp, it just lands in front of the gnoll.
Oh my god. I don't have anything else. I only have a short sword to throw next, so be careful, guys.
All right, Spirit. Oh yeah, she can still move if she wants. He can still move. Sorry.
It can still. Oh.
Or do you want to stay there, Echo?
I will go, I guess. Suffer here. I will get.
Why is your thingy not snapshotted? You should do snap to center on the thingy, otherwise it's really inconvenient for you.
Wait.
There's on the ruler thingy, there's one called snap to center, which makes it easier like this.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Alright.
I moved here.
Alright, Spirit.
Alright, Spirit moves up and readies his bow.
Yep.
With a deadpan stare, he shoots at the gnoll.
Yep, that hits.
And when it hits, its bugs will follow after. Dealing 13 damage. And is it a beast?
It is a medium humanoid, actually.
Okay. Sure. Well, another shot ought to put him down. That one
misses. Right?
Oh, well. That's what it is. And that's my turn.
Gokrind, after kicking in the door and all your companions doing all these crazy things, what will you do?
I mean, can the orchid do as a bonus action? Make as a bonus action, can I do I guess an insight check to see if they're even like redeemable?
Okay, roll it. You remember these things are chaotic evil, and they're only driven by the desire to kill.
Okay, thank God. So I don't have to repent this night. Okay. Dorgant will just rush over and he will strike with his long sword in both hands.
It hits.
Big beep.
You don't smite,
without
right?
rage. No.
Remember, you have to specify before you attack if you smite.
Yeah,
because
but
your
I
smite can also crit. Okay, yeah, it's done.
Dorgant just like seeing it's just a foul beast. Dorgant will rush over and like chop off his